Okay, y'all. Good morning. So, yeah, it's Friday morning, and y'all know I'm headed out to this job. I gotta be there. Supposed to be there around 8:30. It's 8:05 right now, and yeah, so that's what we're doing, man. I am. Got a lot to deal with today, so I figured I'd get a little bit of an early start. Well, y'all know I got to deal with that truck and truck tire, so I brought a floor jack. I don't really like having to pick it up with the machine and all that, man, because a lot can happen. And then if I'm by myself, I won't have field out there today, so I'll have to get that tire at some point. So I figure if I get started, 10-15 minutes early, then, it's just so on the flat tire, the machine and a stick actually shot under my truck from the woods that I was in, shot under my truck and actually lodged itself through the freaking sidewall of my tire on the inside. So my truck is sitting like this, and I was working over there, and it happened within the first 2 hours. And one of those Bradford pears shot out from under the machine, shot across that area that I was working in under my truck, and then hit the inside sidewall of the tire on the passenger side. Yeah, I mean, dude, I would have never thought that was even freaking possible, man. So, I don't know, man. But yeah, the tire shop, when I took the tire over there, I was so, being on the job by the hour, by the day, and me having to pull off the job, that is unacceptable, man. I don't like to do that. Well, Ray, but still, that's why you got to be able to do it by the job. And this job right here is a little bit big for me to be able to, do it like that. I wouldn't have any idea how to do that. So I'm not bidding it by the job. So yeah, I'm good now. But yesterday when I started, I was a little bit overwhelmed, I'll say. I was like, man, I done bit off more than I can chew. But at the end of the day, the machine is gonna, well, as long as you don't tear nothing up, you just stay at it. You don't have to have a big, ASV 120 to forestry mulch, Now, like I said before, if I continue to get a lot of work, and I don't know when that'll be, you never know. I love doing it though. So far I do. I guess that could change. But I love making the land usable, right? It's just so satisfying. But being the truck being down, that really threw a wrench in my day yesterday, in my thinking and everything. It threw a big wrench in, and I spent probably over an hour and 20 minutes just fooling with it and to get the tire off. Because why? Because, well, I couldn't figure out how to get the stupid tire from underneath the truck. I got a spare tire on the stupid truck, and they got a keyhole there that you use the key to the truck to unlock it, and you pull that little key thing out, and then you stick the jack and all that thing in there, and you lower the tire. I don't have a key for that. I don't know. I don't have one. No key that I got will fit it. I even tried to key out of this truck. So, and I started to reach under there with the grinder and cut that bitch off. I started to do that. I'm talking about cut the cable that's holding the tire. But it looked like there was more than one way, like it was bolted up there too, and I didn't know if I cut it, am I going to be fooling with cutting it and then not even actually be able to, still not be able to get it. So that's when Phil, you know, I just called Phil and told Phil I'd pay him if he'd come take care of some of this for me and help me out, man. And that's what I did. So kudos to Phil for, you know, coming out and helping me yesterday. You know, just the mere availability is worth dollars to me. So he brought me this truck. We took I drove this truck back to drop him off at his car, drop the tire off at the tire shop. They can't fix the tire. They ordered 2 tires, you know, and they're coming in this morning, and they're going to go on and put one of them on that rim so I can get the truck up to them. And then I'm going to have to, you know, deal with 2 trucks and all that. You know, I think Phil's out of town now, so yeah. Just some of the stuff you go through, man, you know, and I'm learning, man, and you know, I was already overwhelmed, and I saw it down, and I couldn't get it out of my head. I had to make arrangements. But if I had waited, you know, until, I don't know, 3 o'clock, then what? So, you know, it's like, well, at 3 o'clock, I wouldn't have been able to order a tire and have it today. Today's Friday. So now you're battling with that aspect of it too, because the tire shop's closed on Saturday and Sunday. And if they don't get that tire ordered yesterday, the 2 tires, I'm going to go on and have them put 2 tires on the rear of the truck, the same tires that are on the truck. And so, but I'll have to get the truck up to them and put the yellow one on, obviously. But my truck's sitting over here on blocks, and I can't, I'm in a spot to where I can't hardly really, you know, use just a jack, and like, I ain't on concrete, so, you know, a jack would just sink into the ground. I got boards and everything, and, you know, I don't want to unhook the mulcher. I mean, the skid will pick it up no problem. I don't want to unhook the mulcher and have to do all that. Yesterday I hooked a chain to the mulcher, and, you know, but you have to do it evenly, but you don't want to bend nothing. So yeah, man, it was a trying day yesterday, but I'm built for it, man. Are you? You got to be built for it, man. You got to be built for some of this stuff that's where everything is, well, you just never know. And so a couple of you guys were talking about giving me some pointers on, you know, grinding those trees down. And I am tilted all the way back, just FYI. And it's throwing stuff all at the cab. That's probably going to be, there's got to be a difference in the American made one. That's going to be one of the differences right there, on the quality or the amount of steel they use or whatever. It seemed like there should be a lip or something on the inside to kind of to keep the stuff from coming straight out of the back of that thing and hitting those chains, because those chains ain't stopping nothing. Not at the trajectory angle that they're coming. They're not stopping nothing. And no matter what chain you put there, if you don't have some kind of, I want to call it a lip, just a piece of angle iron going across there where it's doing this, right? Well, the backside to the inside of the thing there, and then have the angle just where when the stuff comes over when it comes through the drum right there, it can't just come straight out of the bottom. It's got to hit that angle, and then that'll take it straight down. Instead of, because I'm tilted all the way back when I'm coming down, but y'all see it's throwing it all at the machine. So and you know, I don't have a technique, and I'm learning, but I found one thing I have found is that it's easier for me to grind them while they're up in the air than it is getting them on the ground, man. And you know, and then doing one at a time on the ground, that's ugly, man. But you'd have to do them one at a time, because if you take too much down on the ground, now you're turning on all that stuff, and you're gonna throw a track. So yeah, here we are. And that's all I need, right? I was amazed at how that I got a flat on my truck tire sidewall, and the truck tire is on the other side of the truck. I mean, that just speaks volume to me about how dangerous this can be, you know. So you know, that's bad when you start your day off like that. So I wanted to get y'all before. Look, that's one day of mulching. And remember, you couldn't even see. I'll put a picture. But one of these pieces of wood, there was one on this side of my truck. It slid out and it hit the inside of my truck tire. So, like I was saying. So, you see, I got everything out of the way. So right here, I'm going to be starting here today. They got a few little stumps here they want me to get. I really don't want to do that. I like to get this right here. But this right here, y'all can see this is where I'm going to be today. We're going to clear this out, and then we'll go in here on the other side there and get some of that. But you know, you know, if they get all this done for the money that we're talking about, they got a great deal. I didn't think I would be able to get it all done in 2 days. I didn't, and I still don't think that. If I do, it's going to be a messy mess. There's not going to be a lot of going over and over and over. So without further ado, I got to get the machine down, and I'll crank this thing back up later. Y'all gonna think I'm petty as hell, but look, man, I can't hardly see with the sun right there, man. I don't want to start on the end, because then that slings stuff all out into the field out there. Okay, y'all, so I think they're gonna have me come back another day. There's no way we're gonna get to everything that we dreamed about when I got over here, and we knew that. I told them plain as day. I said, look, and that's why I wanted to do it by the day. You know, so they're gonna, you know, I told them I'd come back tomorrow for a couple $100 cheaper than today and yesterday, and that'll give them more. Well, a lot more stuff will get done because now I can move through the property a lot faster now. Y'all saw how bad it was, and I'm not done. I'm still gonna be over here for a few hours. But I told them I'd come back tomorrow. If they do it tomorrow too, then I would come back and for $200 cheaper than the first 2 days. And these are good people, man, and they're neighborly, and they're in my city, and you know, yeah, I'm fitting to get it, man. So we're gonna run the rest of the day and probably be back tomorrow. He said he's gonna look at the money and see. I told him he could text me so I don't have to stop, man. He's like, okay. But the other camera's probably burned up by now. Yeah, so now I'm gonna focus on these Bradford pears right here and all this stuff. You see the house? I'm gonna try to go from the corner of the house that way over to that big pine tree, and then yeah. And I mean, I brought my Sammy today, y'all. We got the tire on the truck. You know, Phil saved the day again. He picked up the tire for me and brought it over here. So yeah, I'm finna take a bite of this sandwich and let the machine cool for a second, and we're gonna keep it moving, man. Keep it moving. Okay, y'all, so we got another day over here, and yeah, they're super happy, man, and it looks so good. And then I'm gonna hand pick some trees that I want to get rid of. He's got his kids down here gathering sticks up, and he says, "Is there anything that we can do to help? Because, well, there's a lot of big sticks, so." About 100 yards away, the kids are over here and they're making piles, and I'm going this way. So normally I'd be like, but the dad's out here with them. Yeah. So 1,500 tomorrow. I'll take it, and I'll be able to do a really good job over here. I mean, I want to do a good job too. I mean, it ain't just about the money. It's got to be about the money to a certain degree. But that ain't all. So how big of a tree will the Chinese mulcher take out? We're fixing to see. Man, them teeth look good, man. Y'all see it right here. I'm gonna put y'all on this tree right here. What kind of tree I can grind down? right, y'all, so y'all see it, man. Let's see what the Chinese mulcher really can do. man. Damn thing right here. I mean, I don't know what you'd have to do to break the damn Mulcher, man. I mean, I'm putting it in, I'm putting it in some short up. That's about all I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna kind of tighten up on the way back to the truck. And yeah, I'll pick this video back up with the truck. Okay, y'all, so that's a wrap, man, over here today. Now tomorrow, I'm gonna be in here doing this one. Doing this piece right here. Like I said, they want me to come another day. But I want to show y'all. This is not the finished project. I'll probably spend another hour in here just going over it. And he's got kids that are picking up all the stuff and piling them up in here, and then I'm grinding them down. But y'all, are you serious right now? Let me show you the before. Let me put that before right here, right here. Look at that. This area right here, from where I'm standing to the driveway, was thicker than this area right here. So I see, as I'm standing here, I see about 4 more pine trees I want to get. Open it up just a little bit more. Gotta have kind of a knack for it. I see, I mean, as I'm standing here in the morning when I get here, he said, take down whatever trees you think you want to take down, Ray, to make it look nice. So not only are you doing the work, but you're also, you're beautifying. And I see 3 trees right there together, so let's get the one in the middle. I see 2 growing out of one stalk right here. I'm gonna take all 3 of them. There's 2 growing out of the same stalk or the same spot, and then there's another one right there. Get all 3 of them, take that whole piece out of the middle of those 2 pines, and then we see how they're spaced out a little bit. Probably out of this cluster of 5 right here, probably go on and take 1 of them. So that's a beautiful thing. Now obviously we're going to get that pine, and then I'm going to go up in here. This is the deal that we had here was by the day. Now I thought that by the day I could get all of this and this, but yesterday I realized that I wasn't going to get, in 2 days, I wasn't going to get all of this. And there's some stumps I got up around the house, up there, you know, a few little odd and end things. So what I did, without really even, you know, I didn't ask them or nothing, I just said, okay, I want to see the house. And that's what I told myself. Sometimes you have to make decisions that you know as a contractor is the best decision. So if they run out of money, they don't have, you know, half of this done and half of this done. If you're gonna have a priority, and I always ask customers priority, if you have a priority, you want to make sure that you do that priority, because when the time and money runs out, I don't want them to feel like they didn't get nothing. See, right now they could stop right now and they'd be fine, but Ray's such a G, and and got good work ethic, that they're thinking to themselves, shoot, we need to go on and let him come on over here 1 more day if he's going to give us a little discount. And I took $200 off, so we'll do $1,500 tomorrow to go in here, right? Yeah. And you just have to I don't know, man. You just have to make sure that you get everything. So. And there he comes out there right now, and it's looking wonderful. So I'm gonna load up. I'm taking my other truck home. You know, I'm fixing to get in my big truck. Yeah. So I'm gonna put y'all on that. I got to get all this stuff loaded, and that's a wrap, man. A wrap.